Now, today, we are going to get a lot of people upset, and that's fine.
It's all right, babe.
Because we're here to give our unfiltered opinion and our unfiltered hot take. And as you all know, you guys love our Sex in the City content, so we keep trying to come up with new, fresh ideas. And you guys seem to just love hearing our perspective, which we very much appreciate.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, today, we wanted to unpack why Samantha Jones actually is our least favorite character. I kept saying Miranda was. That's not true, guys. First of all, guys, I don't like any of them. Real shit. Charlotte, I like, but like,
I don't care for any of you guys.
Like at the core, I don't care. So, yeah, keep that in mind as you're watching. I know a lot of you guys like are obsessed with them, and that's fine. But like, it's okay.
That's okay. I think I just like evolved too much to the point where
I can see.
I'm like, baby, I see through it all. I'm exhausted. That's all.
Yeah, you know. So today we are going to talk about some things that Samantha Jones did that put a real bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, so this is a discussion. Feel free to join in. That's what the comment section is for.
Yeah, so this one is going to be a little different, guys. It's a little bit more of a rant. We want to get into some things that we feel like are overlooked when it comes to Samantha Jones. We get you guys love and worship her sex positivity, all that. Watch our other part 1 also to know our take on that, because you guys are always coming in the comments with that, and it's like she did a lot of weird stuff.
And to me, it wasn't self-love, and that's what we talk about in the other video.
And I want to stop sweeping the stuff that she did that's super weird under the rug. Get real. You know what I mean?
Yes. And before we get into it, I'm Charles.
And I'm Mel.
And we do all forms of unfiltered content.
And we make self-development fun. But don't worry, this is not all you're going to get from us. We have so much new types of content coming out. So make sure you are subscribed and you are a Remy Rebel today. What is you doing? So let's get into it. Things about Samantha that left a bad taste in my mouth. Someone brought this up in our comment section of our other video. Shout out to her. This reminded me. I can't believe I forgot to mention. Now, Samantha is supposed to be a sex positive queen. Meanwhile, there's a man who is recording people without their consent. And because he wasn't recording you when he was having sex with you, you felt slighted and were like, record me. And not at all appalled by what he was doing.
So help me understand, how is she such a badass? To me, if you really were that girl, you would be humiliated for women because you stand for women, in my opinion. Like, the women should come first before your urges of feeling good about yourself. Am I correct?
The things that come first for Samantha is sexual validation. Her validation comes through sexual intimacy with strangers. And you guys are like, yeah, bad bitch with her baddie friends. No.
She should have really been appalled for the girls. That's really violating.
Also, it's just so weird that you want him to record you. Like, that's proof or validates anything.
Yeah. What are you talking about? It's not funny. It's not endearing personally. It's pure weird.
I think she does
straight weird.
Another thing that Samantha did that I found to be super strange is when she saw this short guy at a party. And she was like, ew, like, he's short. Like, why would I be hanging out with him, hooking up with him? Fair. But then the guy's like, girl, I got, like, my dick game to go crazy. Like, that's why you should be with me. And because nothing matters to her but that, she's like, okay, I'm so confused. Now she's going to sleep with someone that she's not attracted to, is not her type, just because he said his dick game is good. And you guys are like, that's empowering, though. What? She's, like, taking off her clothes and looking at him like.
To me, you guys see sex like it's a joke, like it's nothing. And I think that's really where we differ.
Mm-hmm.
We differ from that. Like, it is not a joke. It's not just a thing you get on like a freaking carnival ride. You could just want to try out a ride. Like,
now I
personally don't see it that way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I understand that you guys may see it that way. And we're not trying to force you to see sex how we see it. But we want to give you our perspective so we can tell you.
How we see it. It looks like you don't care about yourself.
Like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't.
If you have a certain standard about a person, just because they mention sex, now, put my standards on the shelf. Because just to use my body like it's just like this disposable camera.
Because he said his dick game is good. Like, guys, walk me through it in the comments. If you can make sense of these things for me in the comments, I want to see you try. I'm not even kidding. Convince me. I don't get it.
Yeah, and you guys remember when she gave a blowjob to someone she wasn't even attracted to?
I don't understand that. Is that supposed to be... I feel like, how do you guys watch those things and not get disgusted? Do you guys like laugh or something? Like when you watch these scenes on Sex and the City, are they funny to you?
To me, it just shows me a sign of someone who is not fully respecting themselves, because you're like actually going against your beliefs. So it's not
Like,
disrespecting
how
yourself.
am I gonna say someone is disgusting and then go and put their Disnick in my mouth?
A random stranger. Like, I think sex is serious. There's STDs for a reason. If it wasn't serious, then there would be no diseases. There would be no repercussions. But there's so many things involved with sex.
Oh my gosh, you just reminded me. I don't even think this was the first time she did this, because I think in season 2, she wakes up next to a guy who has bad breath, guys. She says it's horrific. And he keeps talking and talking and talking. So his bad breath is making it like smell, which is disgusting. So to make him stop talking, she sucks his
She goes down there, you give him a
to
blowjob?
to make you stop talking and make your bad breath stop airing out in my room. I'm gonna give you head. Big boss bitch moves.
I would, like, personally, I'm not interested in being friends with someone like that. That's super weird.
And
Help me understand.
like when I tell you guys, the way Samantha repulses me
If
as
she
a
said this
friend,
to me, I'd be like, that's what you did on your Tuesday afternoon. Like, you didn't have anything else better to do. Like, I can't hear these type of stories. Like, to me,
no,
I would only hear these stories and go tell my actual friends about you and laugh about it. Like,
yeah,
that's, personally,
100%.
for me, that can't be one of my type friends.
She's wildin'. What
I'd be
are
like,
we
get a load
talking
of that
about?
chick. She's crazy. Yeah, and like the moment when Carrie caught her at work giving some guy head, and Carrie was so shocked. Samantha was so perturbed by the fact that Carrie was like taken aback. What is your problem? Yeah, she came to see you at work, didn't expect a man's Disnick in your mouth at your office. She thought you were a little bit more professional. She had a little bit more belief that her friend had more standard.
And why do you care how she reacts? I thought you were young, wild, and free.
Like, who cares? No, it shouldn't care what anyone thinks about me. Well, then who cares what your friend thinks if you're this liberated woman?
And you want to know what's funny? Like, Samantha leaves a bad taste in my mouth because, like, I feel like they try to do these fake moments where they act like she cares and has standards. Like that moment, her reaction. It's like, that is such bullshit. Your reaction doesn't make sense to who you are in this entire show. And then again, there was a moment where they clearly brought in this woman in season 3 who was a mirror of Samantha. They had the same vibe. I'm pretty sure she was in the same type of career job. And then all she cared about was having sex in New York and like living her best life. They go out together, and this woman at the restaurant starts giving head to the guys. And Samantha is perturbed. She's so disgusted.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, I'm here with this whore. And I'm like,
And they got kicked out of this restaurant, and Samantha can't believe it. And she I don't know why. I just can't believe that Samantha is so shocked by this woman's actions. Like, she doesn't act exactly like this girl.
You literally do the exact same things. You did it to Richard.
Later on.
You did it in his office.
So how funny is that? She's reacting like, oh my God. And then Carrie, who always says, by the way, let us know if you want us to do a video on dumb shit Carrie says in her voiceover, in her blog. Girl, by the way, guys, not to be that girl, but I'm a writer, and not just screenwriter, not just writing books. I used to blog in high school, and when I hear Carrie's blog, I'm just like, that's a grown woman's takes.
She's insane. I would be like, what the?
But yeah, anyways, sorry, girl. Sorry. But like, yeah, I just noticed in one of them, she said, in that moment when Samantha got like disgusted by the woman, this girl has the audacity to be like, even Samantha had a little bit of Charlotte in her. No, the F she don't. Samantha,
you don't make no damn sense, girl.
No, she don't. Samantha just doesn't like mirrors. That's it.
The mirror coming up, she screams at her reflection.
Because that means she'd have to look at herself, and that means emotional work. That means vulnerability, and that's where we start losing Samantha. We're losing her. She's like, oh my girl, next.
Bye. To top it off, remember the Catholic guy that she was trying to seduce? Come on. He's a Catholic priest.
He said he's celibate, lays down boundaries, so then she like aggressively flirts and like makes it aggressive. And not to be that girl, but if we really switch this and a girl set her boundaries and she's celibate and a guy keeps forcing it and trying to F her,
we would
what a freak.
The biggest villain in the world.
Because he's a freak.
Monster. and we think he's weird. So it is truly no different.
In these type of situations, I don't find it different. Like, I literally look at a girl like,
That's
what a
just you're
weirdo.
crossing a boundary. Why is people's perceptions on sex when it's more conservative and wants to be loved and like they want to have that conservation and keep it away from this public way of just not caring the way everyone else does? It becomes, who cares? Let's push you to do it. You're being crazy. Let's make you do it more. Let's get you out of your comfort zone.
Like,
and
no.
and then the boundaries don't matter. But when you want to be sexually liberated and someone kind of finds that gross, now I'm a monster. Like, how does that make sense?
Make it make sense, Samantha.
I can find it gross. Sorry, I can't. I'm allowed to.
And to top it off, I think it's really funny that we ignore that Samantha was a mistress. Yes, she wasn't the main character, so they made it like a little side story, like it's supposed to be comedic. But if you really clock it, like, we're trying to analyze them like they're real people, right? Like, these are real friendships, not just like, oh, TV. We're really taking it in. Okay, jumping Carrie for her affair is one thing, but this girl did the same thing. Birds of the feather flock together. Samantha had an affair with a married man, did not care. He literally wanted to leave his wife to be with Samantha. She's like, oh, like, ew, don't do that. The wife is calling Samantha, talking about we can all have sex together. Like, anyways, weird. Point
What
is
going on?
Samantha doesn't care about marriage, love, the sanctity of anything. And that's fine. Just like, he was gonna cheat regardless, but I'm just here to say that's fine that she feels that way. Not fine to me that you guys are gonna ignore it and like act like she don't do weird
And
stuff.
it's funny
like,
and quirky. No, she broke a home. She broke a marriage. That's very weird.
like, you knowing and just being like, oh my god, like,
And then we
it's
looked
so
at
funny.
Carrie like she's crazy. We need to hold her accountable too. She did the same thing.
And if anything, Samantha did not give a fuck. Carrie cared.
At least she kind of did.
Like,
she actually
even
tried.
though what Carrie did was messed up, Carrie actually was hurt that she did that to the girl. I can't forget her name right now. No. Natasha. Carrie was still, it's not like Carrie felt good about doing it to Natasha. She didn't feel good. Samantha has a pattern of genuinely feeling good when doing things that I deem as destructive. And I find that to be disturbing.
Yeah. So another thing that I thought was like really interesting is when Miranda had her baby and she's talking about her grievances and feeling really tired from being like pretty much a single mom. It feels like Samantha always dismisses the things she says. And we'll talk about her own stuff. Oh, speaking of which, I have to do, like, I have an appointment. Like,
it's so
you
weird.
Never actually turn to your friend and say, hey, like, I'm so sorry you're going through this. Like, well, is there anything I can do to help you and be there for you?
The lack of empathy is weird. Like, I don't know, guys. Yeah, they'll be like, it's because she doesn't want to be a mom and she doesn't like kids. Like, okay.
You can still be empathetic to women. Just because you decided as a woman not to be a mom, you were so entitled to that. But I feel like as a woman should have some kind of empathy for motherhood, because that's a role in a woman's life that takes a toll on a woman. So if you love women, you should be there for your friend, even though you don't have that responsibility. You should at least empathize. That's weird.
I thought it was so strange in that episode when they went to the Hamptons and they're all talking and she's like telling them how stressed she's been and how she just felt run down. And Carrie has always been a really good attentive friend when it comes to Miranda and her life. It's so weird how she's like, I haven't been able to get my hair done. And the direct response from Samantha is, oh my God. Anyways, like, I actually have a hair appointment with this guy. He's so hard to get an appointment with. Like, oh my God, I can't wait. That is so weird, especially in the timing, the way everyone could read the room and you couldn't. To me, it almost felt like you did that on purpose to stop her baby talk.
She doesn't care. She literally will say not care.
And you didn't care. Carrie made you care.
That's what I'm saying. It took someone else to bring you perspective of like, you're kind of a dick. Like, can you actually care about someone else for once? And that's when she decided to like give Miranda her spot of the hair appointment.
But again, weird in the Hamptons when Miranda couldn't get a babysitter. She was struggling. She came with the baby. Honestly, I get you not wanting a baby to be at a party, but based on how the party was, I honestly not sure how Brady was like causing a disturbance or ruining the feng shui of the Hamptons thing. It was weird to me that she was like, oh, you brought Mr. Shitty Pants.
I truly think it was a projection of the fact that you feared emotional vulnerability so far to the extent you decided motherhood wasn't for you because you knew you couldn't do the emotional work for even yourself. Like, you knew I can even handle my own issues, let alone take care of a child. Like, I will destroy that child's life. And I think you use that as a defense mechanism, making fun of the kids to not really take in the fact that you are not going to be a mother one day. and you made that decision, which I think is because of your insecurities.
Because I don't know why you're calling a baby Mr. Shitty Pants and looking at him like he's gross because she brought her son. Anyone who's a mother out there, please let me know if that's acceptable to you. For someone in your friend group for someone in your friend group not only to give you dirty looks because you couldn't find a babysitter, knowing how under stressed you were and how you were even happy to be on this trip, even though you had to bring your baby, you love this relief, and she's out here roasting you, giving you dirty looks, calling your kid Mr. Shitty Pants, and y'all are like, I love her.
She's so quirky, and it's like,
Okay.
Like,
I guess.
just think I get it. Like, yeah, kids are annoying sometimes. Sometimes I think they should shut up, but I think she just takes it too far. I just don't see enough like empathy for me to think it's funny. If you really had a balance of being emotionally like caring and then making some jokes, then I can be like, oh, you're funny. But all I see is selfishness. So
Honestly, those are just a couple of things that left a bad taste in my mouth in regard to Samantha Jones. There's plenty more. I don't know if you guys care to hear. Maybe, honestly, we could do a video on things Samantha said that I don't agree with, but you guys can let me know if you want us or care to know that deeply our thoughts. Because I do find, guys, we're just very attentive, and I really pick up on things that people say because it tells you a lot about them. So there's a lot of quotes and beliefs that she said in the show that I found to be like
she
really
has a lot of limiting beliefs that I think is a great example of like, if you have a friend in your life and you have certain goals, they could keep planting these things in the back of your mind and block you from your goals and your reality.
Yeah. Great example. Like, she literally says people are judged based on how good they are in sex, like in bed. People are only judged based on how good they are in bed and nothing else. Like, these random things that a kid watching Sex in the City is, I literally know genuinely, it's like, oh my God, Samantha said that, she's so right. She's not. And we just want to like clear some things up. Like, there's a lot of toxic
viewpoints that you have to be careful.
Yeah. And if you guys enjoyed this video or have any other moments that left a bad taste in your mouth in regards to Samantha, please drop them in the comments. And if you agree to disagree to anything, we love a good debate. At the end of the day, this is all friendly and fun. We're here to unpack and chit chat with the girlies.
Yeah, so tell us your thoughts. Let us know.
And if you like this video, make sure to like this video.
Comment.
Subscribe. Share.
And subscribe
to the Remy Diaries, aka Remy TV, your favorite YouTube streaming network. We'll never want to change the channel.